Welcome, everyone, to the L7C podcast. I don't even know what edition we're going to call this because this one's out of the blue. Gambling, Vince McMahon-ish edition. Today, we are going to be talking about the first week of Ohio sports betting in the great state of Ohio. And we might be throwing in some Vince McMahon stuff, too. We're still figuring out how we're going to do that on the podcast as we speak. So we have a panel that I don't think just the three of you have been on before together. We got the captain, Byron Mitchell. How are you doing today, sir? And Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you all. I haven't spoken to, I've spoken to Mitch and Jacob, Mitch and Martin after the New Year, but I haven't spoken to you yet after the New Year. Jacob, so Happy New Year. Happy to be back on my first podcast of 2023. Insane.
Hell yeah.
And then we also, on this thing, as Byron alluded to, if you listen to the end of your podcast, we have the 2023 podcast rivals on the episode together, Jacob and Mitch. Man, it's already January, and this is going to be awkward if it comes down to like a 1 point listen, and this is the episode that does it. So how are you guys doing today?
Hey, it's finally good to actually be on something in which we both benefit from. So, no hostility today. I'll do a fusion dance with you, Jacob. I don't think it'll work.
It's like Vegito right now.
Yeah, it'd be Fat Vegito, and you'd be the reason for it.
What would your name be?
Yo.
Fucking
Mayoso?
All right. Mayoso.
I like that, man. Mayoso.
What?
Your fusion name, Mayoso. Like the Mason and the O's, like the Mayoso.
I like it.
Mitch is thinking hard. Oh, okay.
Listen, it's funny because the last podcast we talked, me and Mitch were just rivals talking shit to each other while he steamrolled me with the podcast.
well, it's a new year, and everyone who listens to the L7C,
you're new us, but you're going to hear it. It's a very friendlier couple here today.
It's a very friendly rivalry, though, but today's going to be very friendly. I mean, ish.
Also, I say we call this fucking episode "Degenerate Gamblers and CEOs."
Degenerate gamblers and CEOs.
I don't know about
that's if we combine.
I don't know about putting hoes in our title name, but I do like the.
Yeah, we are trying to monetize our stuff on other on old platforms.
But this idea was actually Mitch's and Jacob's, and then I invited
Jacob.
Oh,
Jacob.
All Jacob's. This was Jacob's idea. And
I sent some texts around after Jacob brought it up, but this was his original idea. So,
all right. So, Jacob, lead the way, man.
All right. Well, unless you've been living under a rock, this has been the greatest
or
week.
Not in the state of Ohio.
Or not in the state of Ohio. Our poor Saudi friends are going to have no idea.
Jesus.
But if you've been living in Ohio, this has been the greatest week of the year, you could say. It's also been the only week of the year, but it's been an amazing one. Ohio has officially legalized sports betting, which has been the most dangerous thing that has ever happened in our entire, well, maybe not our entire lives, but I feel like it's very dangerous. I can gamble from the comfort of my couch before I get out of bed, which has been the majority of this week, because I have woke up every morning this week, guys, to Mitch Ozo texting or calling me.
Wow.
And it's been amazing because I see him texting or calling me. I know I'm about to win $50, at least $50. So literally, I wake up every morning and I roll over and I look and I just see Mitch Ozo's face on my fucking phone, and I'm just like, hell yeah, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a great day. And boom, right off the rip, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Sports betting is legal in Ohio, and the degenerates are out and about, making the most ridiculous bets, winning the most ridiculous money, and having the most fun.
Okay.
Speaking of ridiculous bets, what's everyone's most ridiculous bet they've made so far? I will tell you mine. Mine was from that free $200 that FanDuel gave you when you first signed up. I bet it all on a 4 parlay. What was it?
Win or loss, win or losing, because really there's
No, I
two.
lost.
Okay.
So
Because even my win is asinine. Like the story behind it is asinine, but I wanted to clarify.
So it was a 4-leg parlay. Actually, it was only $100. So it was Devontae Smith anytime touchdown against the Saints, which I mean that was bound to happen. Did not happen. Trevor Lawrence, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. That didn't happen against the Texans, who had the shitty defense. He threw 0 touchdowns. And I said, Deontay Foreman can probably get a touchdown against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That also did not happen. And then I said Christian McCaffrey would probably get a touchdown. He did. So thank you, Christian McCaffrey. If I had hit, I would have won over $2,200.
And then you went with nothing.
Well, I didn't get anything out of that.
But at least it was your free bet. That's the key
That's
to
true.
all of it. Is that you're doing this dumb shit with your free money.
That's true. I do take comfort in that.
In terms of like my most asinine losses, I guess. Like, I mean, yesterday I put a $100 free bet on any sport on Travis Kelce to score the first touchdown in that Kansas City Vegas game, and then Devontae Adams.
Travis Kelce.
And then Kelce Devontae Adams to score the second touchdown, which was at plus 6,500. So with that $100 free bet, it would have, the payout was $6,500. I'm actually sitting there feeling like, oh, this is going to happen. No, doesn't happen. J.D. McKinnon,
Jerick McKinnon.
Combining 2 players now. But I have today cooking a 7-leg parlay, all money lines of like the Chiefs yesterday, Buffalo, Cincinnati, Minnesota, the Chargers. I'm missing like 2 other teams, right? But so we'll see how that goes. But all these no-brainer bets. These are the reason why I wake Jacob's ass up in the morning and make him bet at like 4 a.m. for just max bet that shit. But
So good.
the story for the listeners, you guys are my asinine bet had to deal with Purdue and Ohio State. So I put down 50 on a bet and won 590. And so what happened was I didn't actually understand this bet at all. Like I read a little bit, but it was a halftime full-time bet, and then the Purdue and Ohio State would score over 139.5. So a half full-time bet is who wins at halftime and then who wins after full-time. So who wins the entire game. So I was looking in the specials, parlays on that, and it showed that there was plus 1,000 on Purdue to win the half, and then Ohio State to win the full game. But then there was like a 900 where it was flipped, where it was Ohio State winning the first half, and then Purdue winning the whole game. And again, in the description though, it didn't say exactly like it said half/full, and then the teams it said Ohio State / Purdue. So I kind of had an idea that that's how they were saying who would win, who would have, but I had no freaking clue. So I took a $50 bet, put a parlay boost on it that Ohio State half, Purdue win. But then I took 2 $25 bets and I did the exact opposite, because then that would have paid $500 if I won those 2. So all I had to do was get some team to win the half and not win the game and score 140 points. If Purdue doesn't shoot that 3-pointer down 1 with 20 seconds left, I would not have won it, because they scored 140 points in that game. So that's my most asinine, because I didn't know what the guy was doing. Just gambling money, not understanding. Lucky. So.
Yeah, I also won money on that Purdue game, but I was actually thinking like during like that thing, because I thought Purdue was going to win that game, and I thought the people were going to score the amount and it was a free bet, so I used a free bet, and then I didn't win 590 like Mitch, but I won 197. So
money you didn't have, man.
yeah,
You win 39 cents, and if you're rich,
so it's been something. Jacob, you were gonna say something.
I was gonna say that the whole Ohio State Purdue game was hilarious to me because I think there's a couple no-brainer bets on that game too. So like, of course, we all bet those, and then I'm making up a parlay, and I end up making this 5-leg parlay. And I was like, I don't know, I was gonna go like, screw it, let's go Ohio State. Let's bet Ohio State. Now I don't give a shit about Ohio State. Like, I've never been a fan of Ohio State. Like, let's go, boys. Let's go, Buckeyes. OHIL. Fucking send that shit. Well, of course, they're out the game. I'm doing great on my parlays. And I'm not just doing great. I mean, like, I've covered the spreads by, like, miles. And all I'm left with is this fucking Ohio State Purdue game. Win, like, I don't know, $300-400 and shit like that. And I fucking lose because of Ohio State. Fuck. Which is hilarious because, like, I text Mitch while I'm at work. I've been working afternoons this week. I text Mitch and I go, man, effing Ohio State just cost me, 75 or whatever the hell money I threw down on it. And Mitch texts me back and goes, I just won 590. I'm walking out the door. So I just call him and I go, hey, how the hell did you win 590? Because you want me to be completely honest with you, man? I'm like, yes, of course I do. Because I made a bet, not completely understanding what I was betting on, but it paid out big time. I'm like, that's fucking amazing. That's the greatest gambling story. Like, you win the week, Mitch, just on that story alone.
Off to a good start for the year.
Yeah, it was funny too, because in our group message too, when everyone else was saying, "Oh, I have Ohio State by this, I have Ohio State by that," I was completely quiet because I was like,
I had no idea that you were cooking up a win. I'm like sharing it, and the thing is it wasn't until our gambling expert, who's unfortunately not on right now, Justin. It wasn't until he confirmed to me that I won. I didn't understand. I was like, "Oh my god, I think I won!" But the app wasn't updating on DraftKings like real quick, and Justin's like, "Yeah, you won that shit," and like, I'm like, show me I won. Give me my bank account. Like, I'm ready. I gotta pay my mortgage. Let's go. And yeah, it was fun. I have to admit, fantasy football like kind of did it, but this does it to another level, and that is, I'm a big Buckeye fan. We all know this and whatnot. I'm not on the podcast for college basketball and football though, but anyways, I feel so bad because after they made that 3-pointer, and I needed Purdue to win since Ohio State won the first half. As they were driving down the court with 10 seconds left, I'm sitting there. I'm like, you better miss this fucking basket. You can go on a 13-game win streak, get the number 1 seed in the conference. I don't give a shit. Like, your win doesn't give me $590. So yeah, it's fun. Money changes you. This is everything, man. That's why these rich people lose all their morals. But like, I don't want to be like, I'm going to the $590.
You didn't have much morals to begin with, buddy. So you're doing.
No, I'm friends with you. I have no morals.
No, but Mitch is right too, because the next day I'm going to work and everyone's like, "Man, I can't believe the Buckeyes lost." It's like, "Oh man, that sucks, man." And I'm like, I'm a big Buckeye fan too. Like I'm like, I just didn't like they were being favored. I was like, yeah, I got to take Purdue to win this one. And it's like,
that logic though. We have a friend in one of our group chats, Jeremy. He used to say that he would bet against the Browns. Whoever the opponent was, he'd bet for them, being a Browns fan. So he was like, if the Browns won, holy shit, I'm having a great day. If they lost, I won money. Like, just an easy way to make your Monday morning suck less. So
come baseball season, I'm betting against the Pirates every fucking game.
I don't care
$1 bets, $5 bets. I'm betting against them because odds are Pirates are always going to be under 500 and always going to lose. So theoretically, long game, I'm going to win money. Whatever
Mitch,
game.
Mitch, you talked about the timing of when like the sports betting started, how it started like near the end of football and all this stuff. Before we started recording, I was talking to Byron about they think Ohio is bad now. Just wait till August, where we get a full college football year and a full NFL year.
It's like I don't know. Like, okay, maybe I'll put like a casual bet here and there, but once football is done, because that's what I feel like I have the most grasp of what's
Mhm.
going on.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know if I'm going to bet on anything else unless it's like a free bet, a completely obvious bet, where they give me a parlay boost for odds
Mhm.
because like I don't know shit. So yeah, allowing this to be legal January 1st, week 17 of the NFL season, and basically like no college football games except for the national title are left, well,
Mhm.
except for the New Year's games, obviously. But like they I know they couldn't have done anything because just legislation, but like what a missed opportunity for money, which we're going to see though in August. Does it have would it have the same effect as if like will a ton of people gamble in August? The answer is yes, but would they have gambled more if like that was the very first second that you could have gambled?
I mean, because you would have
Because
had all the big boosts on like, oh, if Ohio State scores a touchdown,
Yeah.
like you would have had all those.
it's almost like for just a football fan, because basketball, y'all got to deal with your stuff, but like if the very first day of college football was the very first day we could all gamble,
Hmm.
I think people would have went nuts. Like they would have just threw their bank accounts in there. But now that you're here from January until August, and you get a little preview of what it's like, you'll go through the off seasons of these other sports, and maybe you'll get a feel for how it works, or you'll realize that okay, I do have a gambling problem. I can't do this shit or whatnot. The new excitement will not be there for August like it is right now. So
Don't be
it's
a
like,
quitter.
I think that first time you get a notification that says, "Hey, odds boosted for Ohio State to score at least 1 point," I think everyone's
Mhm.
going to go crazy. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drop $50 right now for Ohio State to get 1 point against whoever our first game is.
And let's be honest, the whole scheme right here is one giant baiting scheme. Just trying to get people in the door, just
Oh, we're the newest darlings. It's like a high school dance. Like we're the new girl who just walked in. Like all the other states have already been betting, so they're like, we're gonna treat Ohio really well because we're the new shiny thing. But then once another state gets it approved, we're gonna be thrown to the wayside.
I
me
said
and
to
Mitch
Jacob that we're
talking
going to move to a state that doesn't have gambling legalized just yet, right? So we get all the free bets. I
Just
don't
go
know
on
if a state like
vacation there.
South
Don't move
Dakota
there. Just go on a
has
vacation
gambling
there.
yet, but I'm moving there right when their shit starts.
we're
This
buying
is
like
one.
a 2 feet plot of land. We're
Oh.
changing our names. We're getting new
I'm-
socials.
Yeah, but I'm going to get that new state special. I don't care where the hell it is. But do you guys think that they will have like those odds boosted bets either at the beginning of any new season just to try to get people in, and they lose $25, but maybe they hope that you'll lose 100 or 200 because they just got you on the app. Do you think they'll do that for college football or the beginning of the next NFL season, or even something sooner like when baseball starts or Major League Soccer?
I think they're gonna do them for all of them. Like I think when baseball starts, like with homegrown, like with the Reds and like the Guardians, and like I just think anytime a new season starts in anything, they're gonna want to get in because there's some people who aren't betting on NFL and they're just waiting for baseball. So you got to get those people in. So it's like, and some people who don't like NFL and waiting for college. So you got to get those people in. So I think
Yeah.
both of them.
That theory must obviously work too. Like it has to work.
Yeah.
Like
They got someone who's mathematically inclined, or like psychology too. These people are all working together, and someone was like, yeah, give them a free $25. Make them get the app, make their first deposit, and then make their first bet. Those are literally everybody has to do that to get started. And then once you get started, you understand what you're doing. When you understand what you're doing, then you do dumb shit because then you just like start throwing your entire bank account into it. And that's what they're hoping for. They are literally, if you think about it, they're investing in you. Like if you were to invest in a new upstart company, you put $25 in that company and, you know, they might suck for like 2 or 3 years, not get you any profit or return. And then all of a sudden, boom, Apple, boom, Google, Uber, whomever it might be. They're just like, I'll give you $25 now. I think you are going to go crazy for a little bit. I'm going to get rich off your ass. So it's smart. But
I would love to know how much money they've made since
they
January
have to make
1st.
a ton of money just based off of how much you think they have for the free bets.
Yeah.
No brainers. Like let's try to do some math. So like that one that's on DraftKings for the Bengals Ravens, $25 is the max bet, paid 2 to 1. So you know, you got every 4 people, they're losing $100. You know,
True.
And just do the math. Let's say all 8 million people in Ohio gamble. All right, all 8 million.
Well, apparently Ohio Buckeye State is leading. Well, this is from Crane's Cleveland Business. Don't know who the hell they are, but Ohio leads nation in betting in the first week of the new year. And this site is woozy because to continue reading, you have to subscribe to their site. So, and I do have something. And then the first sports bet first legal sports bet was placed in Cincinnati. And it was by someone we all know. Ohio's first legal bet was placed by Mr. Pete Rose.
That is great.
And this is from Spectrum News. Spectrum News
awesome.
1.
Actually, no, I remember that. They were down at the the casino down here, downtown Cincinnati. It changes its name every 2 years. It does, but I think it's now it's a Hard Rock. It's a Hard Rock Casino, and I remember that. Yeah, he was there and made that very first sports bet. That's hilarious. But
so Byron, like when you're betting now, and I know Mitch talked about some fantasy stuff. Are you now sitting there, paying attention to games you would never have paid attention to if you didn't have money on it, or same? Like, how has that changed your viewing?
Yeah, like last night I probably wouldn't have watched the Jags Titans game because it didn't have interest in me, but I did have a 3-leg parlay for Jerick McKinnon to score a touchdown, Travis Etienne to score a touchdown, and then Mike Evans to score a touchdown today. But Travis Etienne let me down, so I'm going to lose that parlay.
What about you, Jacob? You said like you're not a Buckeye fan at all. You're not really like a basketball fan or stuff like that. Like with sports betting, are you paying a little bit more attention to like stuff going on?
Oh, dude, it's been insane. I've looked at so many box scores, stats. I have Google constantly popped up next to all my betting apps on my phone. My coworkers are, well, the one coworker I dealt with a lot this week, he has to be sick of me talking nonstop to myself the entire day. I will be sitting there cussing, cheering, high-fiving. I've been an elite ball of emotions this entire week. It's been fucking awesome. I mean, the good news is because of all the free bets, like I haven't lost any money. I've only gained it. But yeah, it's been absolutely fucking nuts. I mean, I'm betting on basketball. I don't know shit about basketball, but I have another coworker. Literally, let me walk you through my day. An average day for me when I wake up this week. I wake up and I see Mitch's face, which is my favorite thing to see in the mornings now. Shout out, Mitch. Mitch tells me, hey, no brainer this app or no brainer this app. Fuck yeah, let's go. So I'm feeling good. I do that, get a shower, take the dog out, get ready for work. I go to work. So I work afternoons and I have no life when I'm on afternoons. I get to work. The one guy I relieve is another degenerate gambler. That man, I don't even set my shit down. I just automatically walk up to him and go, all right, hey, did you see this free bet today? No, I didn't. Well, hey, did you see this free bet today? Well, shit, no, I didn't. All right. Well, let's just start betting on that really quick. Get that done and out of the way. And I'll go, all right, what other random ass parlays do you have going on? What do you have working? And he'll be like, this is what I'm betting on basketball. Like, all right, screw it. I'll copy it. Let's go. Like, I was paying attention to the Memphis Grizzlies the other night. I don't know shit about the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't know goddamn. I know they pulled Ja Monte out of the fucking game in the fourth
Ja
quarter.
Morant, not
that fucking guy. I know they pulled him out because I needed him to score over 29. They pulled him out when he only had 24. I was like, you pieces of shit. What are you doing? So yeah, fuck them. But then like the next night I bet on them and they completely cleared the spread like insanely. Yeah, I'm paying attention to so much shit. And then another problem like I think we're having is I'm in bed, it's 3 a.m, I can't sleep. So what do? I hop on my sports bets app just to see what's happening. It's like, oh, what's live right now? And I'm looking, it's like, oh, Australia is playing South Africa in cricket. And it's the second pitch or whatever the hell their periods or quarters or whatever halves are called. And I'm like, should I throw like $5 on this fucking game? I don't know. Shit. I don't know shit about cricket. This is dangerous, and I love it.
FanDuel already right now has already put like the tabs for like who do you think is going to win the AFC NFC conference, the Super Bowl, who's going to like they already have those
the futures.
Yeah, like those tabs out like right now. Like who do you think is going to win the season awards right now? So it's which those are some pretty good odds. But I mean those it's crazy because like you said, Jacob, like there was one where I mean the one I won yesterday, which I was confident in because like I do watch basketball a lot, but it's like the Lakers and the Kings. They're on the West Coast. They play at 10:30. So it's like, do I want to stay up? Wait for my like bet? Even if I go to sleep at like 12:30, they're still playing. So like I'm waking up in the middle of the night. I'm like, all right, I need to check this shit. Did I win? Like, and then I see like I won. I was like, all right, cool. But it's like betting on those West Coast teams, man, that's some anxiety.
Every time it's always East Coast dads have to go to bed, it's like whenever you see it on Monday Night Football, people can it's funny, man.
But no, I think it's fun. I also think it like if you have a group who are like into it, it makes watching sports even more fun because you're like, all right, what does everyone have cooking today? Like, oh, you have this cooking. Well, I have this cooking. Oh, maybe we can both win money if we cook stuff together. Like, I think that stuff is like really like from the friend aspect for everyone being degenerates. I think that's fun.
It's a blast. It's so much fun. It's like
fun. It's fun to see other people win too. Like, yeah, there might be like a little tendency of like jealousy. Like, shit, why are they smart and I'm dumb? Because I've done that with a couple. But when so L7C's Nikki, right? He actually did bet on cricket. He bet like how much did Nikki bet?
It was
like
his friend. It was actually his friend who did like that. 50
I
cents.
thought it was Nikki.
It was his friend.
Nikki's betting on cricket. Win on $5, winning 20 or 30 or whatever it is. It's like it's fun. It's you definitely need to be responsible. Like you need to check yourself. Like you really do need to just almost cash out as much as you can, as quickly as you can, because if you don't have that money in your account, you can't spend it until you bring it in, which you'd be less likely to want to actually spend it.
Theoretically, that should work, but the problem with that, I did that. I would, as soon as I was winning, I was cashing out. I'm like, all right, money is safe. It's in the bank. And then, of course, the next morning, I wake up to Mitch Ozo, and I'm like, oh, shit, money back into my account. So I had fucking money all over the place this fucking week between my PayPals and my bank accounts and the 3 sport bets app I have. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I know I'm up, but I'm like, at one point, like, fucking FanDuel or PayPal sent me a thing like, you have $100 in your PayPal account. Like, for what? I have no idea what for at this point. I had so much money going everywhere. Like, Jesus Christ, I really got to pay more attention.
And then even he's not in the L7C, and he never will. But a fan though, Patrick, in our group message, he posted that he has a 14 leg parlay. He's wagering $20. and the total payout is $51,627.49. May the Aussie forever in your favor.
Right.
Let's go, Patrick. I hope you win that, buddy. Like, I genuinely hope everyone just burns the house down, just fucking gets all the money.
I do too.
Well, hold on. If he wins that, you will actually see him on the L7C, not because we want him to, but he's going to buy the company from your ass and put himself like on here like Elon Musk. He's going to do it, man.
I mean,
it's not going to be the L7P. It's going to be the P7C.
Hell no! It's not going to be Pat Rick. It's going to be Pat Rick TV featuring
Pat Rick TV featuring the L7C.
He buys it.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's go, Patrick. Let's fucking go, Patrick. I'm rooting for you, buddy. I really am, man.
His that 14 thing will be done by 125. Like I don't even know what he has, but that shit will be over by 125.
Here's some. I just opened up DraftKings, so this was a couple things that I got cooking today. So we'll see how it goes. So I got a four pick parlay on a free bet, and it's the race to 10 points. So the first team to reach 10 points between the Giants, Eagles, Chargers, Broncos, Jets, Miami, and 49ers, Cardinals. So see how that goes. 2-leg parlay. Oh, that one lost. Them. I was on the all bets tab, which shows your losses too, and I wasn't just on the open. And I'm just like, I'm trying to get good vibes for the day. I don't want this shit. Apparently. But no, going back to another topic, do I bet on games that I have no fucking clue, like what's going on? Yeah. Soccer. Like I called Patrick and I was like, hey, I want to do some soccer bets because I got a boost on a soccer bet. So like I have this is on the 14th. Like this is in 6 days. I gotta wait for this to pay out. But like Manchester City, you know, whoever that. I know they're good. I don't care though. But like, I bet on them to win over Manchester United, and I got 2 bets. I got if they beat them by score like the over under at 1.5. I did 1 bet over, 1 bet under. So they better not freaking tie or lose. Otherwise, I'm gonna be a steaming hot pissed. Yeah, it's funny. It's just fun.
It is fun. And I do hope that like people I actually talk to do win like big one day. Like I really hope like in our group thing, like my 190 something and Mitch's 590 aren't like the biggest things that group ever overall hits. Like I do hope someone hits like a 1K or something crazy in the future. I know with Mitch, like when you said like when football is done, you're gonna like take a break and all of that stuff. Like someone who likes that, like me, March is going to be my month. Like once March Madness starts, you guys probably not hear from me because I'm going to be so locked in. It's going to be bad.
Yeah, I'll
probably
probably
know what we should do though. Like
what?
if we could, because I don't know where we got to go to a casino that actually has sports books at it. So I think like down here in Cincinnati, Belterra has a FanDuel. I think they have a FanDuel sportsbook inside Belterra. I could be wrong.
Hollywood Casino has the Barstool Sportsbook.
I know
that's something we haven't talked about. There's like
Indiana.
That's something we didn't mention when we were talking about this. There's like 5 billion like different like sports books apps.
Oh yeah, I was going to get to that because I was going to talk about apps and like what apps like. But like, does anyone know? I doubt it. But the Hollywood in Columbus, have they added a sports book in there yet?
I haven't looked. I don't know.
Pretty sure Barstool is in there.
Well, yeah, Barstool and Hollywood Casino, they have a partnership going on. But the Hollywood Casino in Indiana in Lawrenceburg, they built one, and I ate at the restaurant in 2020, but everything else was still under construction, so it should be ready now. But where I'm going at with this is we should meet up for like I don't want to say the Super Bowl or like March Madness or NBA Finals, and just I don't know, go and check out the atmosphere, because it's not like we're going to fly out to Vegas and go to the Caesars Sportsbook there and check it out. But
I'm down for an L7C vacation. I'm going to Vegas in November.
Stop, dude. We can't even get people to dip like Columbus and Cincinnati for our fantasy football. That shit's not happening. Next. Like,
no, what we should do is we should keep grinding, make the L7C bigger, and then when that bank account that the L7C has gets enough money for travel tickets for everyone on Frontier, because that shit's dirt cheap, we can go right to Vegas. Hell, maybe we'll sit right next to Mark Davis on our way over there.
Jesus. I will say, since you brought up like the grinding thing, this has absolutely nothing to do with sports betting, but like I saw something funny how a year ago we were excited on this day that we got to like 50 YouTube subscribers. And this was a year ago. Like literally today we're at 250.
Wow.
That's amazing. Hey,
that's good growth.
Hey, I got something asinine that we're not going to do, but it's a funny shit idea. Why don't we take all of it?
Oh, the money in the Anchor account?
Yeah, make it from the Anchor account, put it into your account. I don't care whose, and let's do a big ass money line parlay where everyone has to make one pick for it.
That would
be fun.
That would be fun, but then
you pick your team, whatever game you want from whatever sport. Do a big ass money line. We'll do, how many people do we have contributing to the L7C? Let's say 20. We'll have a 20 leg parlay of money line bullshit, and just like we're gonna see who fucks it up.
I would say like if yours is the one that fucks it up, you got to pay everyone back at least $2, which would then equal what, 20? 10? Well, that's 10, 20, so like $40 total.
Yeah,
because you got to put some consequences. Because like if 3/4 of the people get it right, and we lose all of that money we've worked almost 3 years to get.
Well, let's do.
That's true.
Let's do 10. Like, let's do $10. Like,
you have
that's
to pay
your
everyone
penalty
back $10
if you lose your money line.
No, he's saying $10 from the Anchor account.
No. Yeah, the penalty if you.
Oh.
That's real. So that's real fucking stakes, dude. If it's $10, 20 people, that's $200 total.
Yeah, I don't know how much is in the thing, but like
$198. Literally
200. There we go. We would replenish the count if we all suck. And like, but again, you choose a sport, you choose the game, and you can obviously you can't have doubles. So if someone already was like, "Hey, Buffalo Bills win," no one else can pick it.
What if whoever like if Sarah gets to pick it and it's women's gymnastics? How confident are you going to be putting money on that?
Can you do a money line on gymnastics?
Bro, this is sports betting. Probably.
No, like whenever I think money line, though, I think win or lose. Like,
yeah, you can win or lose meets. Wait till track and Bro, I can't. Oh, I forgot about track. Is this person going to run a 10-9?
I was like, oh no, not track, not the Olympics.
Is this person going to run it over under a 10-9 in the 100? Oh my god, I'm gonna. Oh, I mean, that would be fun. It would be fun.
If Sarah wanted to bet on, gymnastics, what she is like the expert at, what she has, if she gets it right, I don't give a shit what she bets on. I don't care if it's like how many 10-stroke putts can Rory McIlroy make with a 9-iron. I don't know. Just get it right. Like, go.
That is so funny. But no, it's just, man, all that money just out the way. But it would be interesting. I do think we do need to do, I don't know if we're going to use that money, but I would like to do like a group L7C, like one big thing. Yeah, I would.
Mm-hmm.
I'd do it. Like, fuck it. Like, I don't care. I'll throw $10 in that.
The thing is, if you read those disclosures, now this is the part where we tried to be serious so we don't get in trouble.
Oh no, we'd have to actually be like, we'd have to take it serious.
Well, no, I meant like legally. Like, obviously with like lottery tickets, you can do like, pools to buy lottery tickets. Mm-hmm. How does it work with sports bet? Because when you sign up, if those 4 check marks on each app, they say that like you are gambling for yourself and you're not going to let someone else gamble for you or something like that.
Mm-hmm. It'd have to be on one person's name, and then we all just contribute, then they pay it out.
Yeah.
So
It was,
I highly doubt FanDuel's going to come after the L7C. I'm not too concerned about it.
well, I won't lie. If we did a 20-leg parlay and they lost $78,000, especially the IRS, because you win a little bit of money, the IRS is like, "Hey, I'm part of the L7C. I want a piece of this pie."
Yeah, that's true. The government will want that part.
But you know, as I said to Jacob, because Jacob did call me earlier this week, he's like, "How much do you have to win before you have to pay taxes?" And I said, "I don't know, but it has to be a lot. And if you want a lot of money, you don't care about paying the IRS because you're freaking happy. Like you paid your house off, maybe." But
Are you kidding me? I hate giving the government any money. First off,
well, Mitch, I'm glad you brought that up, because this is gonna. I mean, just imagine how many Ohioans are like thinking, like, "Oh yeah, when I get my tax return, if I get that before something big."
That's the thing. People are going to get their. Let's say people do a simple tax return with their W-2s, and that's it. Like for example, maybe their mortgage or whatnot. But like, if you're so accustomed to doing your taxes as soon as possible to get them done, and you won big money on gambling, you have to wait a little bit more, because I don't know how fast I think it's what it's a W-G or something like that.
But wouldn't it be for next year's taxes though?
Yeah, so like, and the thing is again, not saying that the IRS would care about you, but like, you know, if you don't file your taxes right, even though the IRS knows all of this shit because they get the goddamn forms, but you can get in trouble for that. So you forget to put your gambling wages, your winnings on your W-2, or on your tax return, you can get fucked. They probably won't, because again, you're a schmuck. You're not rich, baby. But like, where's it? Anyways, you guys got anything else to talk about that? Let's talk about the apps.
Yeah, let's end on the apps part of this part. So there's like 5 million of them.
Are.
Which ones have you guys like liked so far?
So I'll say this: I think for the most part, everyone in this group, and that it probably listening, has FanDuel and DraftKings. I think those two are the biggest names, and I think biggest names. So everyone has those. The other two I have is MGM and Barstool, because as you'll find out, some people that you're listening right now, I got referrals from them. So you know we're trying to double dip on the stuff. So like Martin and I have the MGM referral. Jacob and I have the Barstool referral. And Byron, I apologize. I don't got shit for you.
That's fine. I downloaded MGM anyway.
Did you? Okay.
I thought MGM app fucking sucked.
Yeah, it's not good.
Dove into it.
Terrible. Like I downloaded it. I set it up. I tried sending Mitch a referral link, and it was taking forever to try and just send a referral. And I'm like,
it does seem to act slow. Like, even from page to page, from tab to tab, it seems to even have to load a little bit longer, like, than the other ones. But, like, even cosmetically, like, looking at, like, FanDuel, I think is the easiest to look at on the eyes, and then I would put DraftKings there. But MGM is not, in my opinion, it's just not nice to look at.
No, it's not. Jacob, what are you using?
I'm using FanDuel, I'm using DraftKings, I'm using Barstool Bets or Barstool Sportsbook. Okay. And my favorite one I'd have to say is DraftKings. Okay. Then FanDuel, then I do a lot of parlays on Barstool Sportsbook though. Barstool is just kind of, Mitch, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Barstool feels like almost like an old school like sports book. It has like an old school sports book feel to it.
Yeah, I think it's easy to look at. I just don't. It's very, very simple, very structured. I like it. Don't get me wrong. Looking at it, it's just. I think the reason why I'm using FanDuel and DraftKings more is because all the free no-brainer bets.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I have not seen the equivalent of what those two are doing on MGM and Barstool. Now, Barstool has a promo where it's like, sign up, make a bet from a referral, and like you both get like $100, something like that. So Jacob will be getting his because I did my bet. I just needed to settle. Like, but like Barstool makes it nice looking, and but I just haven't used it a lot just because. I mean, I don't need so many of these. Like the only reason why I have MGM is because of referral. And unless shit changes on it and they start offering free money or just a better experience, I'm going to get rid of it. So,
Mhm.
but before I keep talking, Byron, what do you got?
I have DraftKings, FanDuel, and then Bet MGM Sports. For me personally, I like DraftKings a lot because you can do like those quick flash bets in game. So like you can say, oh, on this drive, Tampa Bay will score a touchdown. And you can bet like $10, walk away with like $60. So I like DraftKings. And to me, it's just easier to look at than FanDuel. Haven't really got into BetMGM yet. I'll probably dive into that today because I think I have like a $10 free bet on an NFL game. So hopefully I win some money today, boys.
It sounds like you need a Barstool Bets referral there, buddy.
I mean, if someone on this episode would like to send me a referral link,
I
I'm
will
not going
send
to
it
say
to the
no.
group chat pronto once this episode's over. I'll send you a referral link or
Alright.
something along them lines. We'll figure it out.
That's funny.
I think you should send it directly to Byron. The thing is that, and I don't know if this is the case, but for people, if you send a referral to a group chat, let's say you're in a group chat with 5 people, can they all use the same link, or is that link like unique to a single person?
I think
You know what I
anyone
mean?
can use a link. I think it's just a regular link.
Because it's like, sometimes they're just like there's like a limit to how many referrals you can actually send.
Actually, I'm gonna say no here because you can only get so many referrals per month on a lot of them. But you can post it straight to your Facebook or Twitter or.
Well, I meant like to get the bonus. Like,
yeah, I think you can. I think a lot of them it's like 5 a month or something like that.
I'm trying to open up anything just to see if I can find a quick answer there, but no. Well, okay, Jacob, you are correct. It is like I'm on FanDuel right now. It is a max of 5 referrals every 30 days, or $100 each. So, okay, yep, you're right. You just can't overload everyone at once. So,
Okay.
That's fine.
Anything
Byron,
else on the bets?
Martin, you just got the 3 books, right? But yeah, it's like I don't want to have too many apps because even looking that I have 4 sports books makes me feel like, as Jacob described this episode at the very beginning, like a degenerate gambler. Just like,
oh yeah,
it's like I just want to be. I think I just want to have 2, but like maybe I'll hop in and try to take like a free bet, but I don't understand why these other sports books are not giving away these no-brainers. Like, but MGM.
Oh, MGM definitely has it.
You don't think MGM? I mean, they own almost all of the casinos. It seems like on the strip,
right?
Like, and again, I have not looked at like the the capital, like the revenue of all of these parent companies that own all this shit. But it's like I just feel like MGM, whoever owns MGM, and they own the Bellagio or whomever. Like I feel like they make so much damn money that if they wanted to suck you in, they could just give you, they could pay your mortgage and not be denied about it. But
honestly, I think you summed it up the best when we were talking the other night when I was going home from work. This is the closest we've ever had since we were kids. You compared this to like when a new video game came out when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all everyone's talking about. That's all we care about. We care literally about nothing else whatsoever. It's pretty fucking amazing. It's a lot of fun right now.
Like, when Halo, Call of Duty, these big name games came out, and you could play with your friends, you could talk about them with your friends, you could interact. Like, that's what we had as kids. And now here we are, borderline 30, if not older. Well, actually, all of us are older than 30 because baby Martin here finally turned it. And yeah, it's just like this is the Halo for adults.
For real. Now, I would say, being as we are a responsible, respectable podcast here at the L7C,
We are.
talking with a bunch of degenerates that we are, I feel like we do have to have a TED Talk here with all of our listeners and be like, listen, please gamble responsibly.
Yes.
Don't be a complete fucking idiot, because it's very easy to get sucked into this. So for the listeners out there, like,
this should be in your budget. This should be like, your entertainment, because like always make sure you pay your bills first, and then put a little down for retirement or something like that, and then this is your fun money. Like, I remember going to a casino and I was playing blackjack, and I don't know if this guy was serious or not, but he lost all of his money and he slammed his hand on the table and he was like, "That was my kid's Christmas money." Just left. Pissed off. And I'm like,
you stole his fucking heater, you piece of shit. You did that to me too.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Hey, that money that I took from you goes right to DraftKings and stupid ass bets that pay me $5.90. Thanks, guy. I'm paying you back by waking your ass up and telling you to make these no-brainer bets.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, the one time we went, I seen you on my birthday, and you're like, let's go to the casino. I'm like, oh, I really don't want to. You're like, you can play with my money, and you gave me like $50. I turned it into like $4.50 or some shit like that years ago. So it's all good.
Nice.
But also, I do have to say this, because we are all, we're all guys here. I don't want to assume anyone's gender, but I'm assuming we're all guys here. That being said, also another part of this TED Talk, and I'm saying this from personal experiences here within the first week of degenerate gambling.
Okay.
Gentlemen, ladies, everyone here, and all the following listeners, if you're having a conversation, a very in-depth conversation with your significant other, and you happen to be on a 5-leg parlay, and you just need one score to happen, for the love of God, if you're in an in-depth conversation and they make that one score and you win your bet, don't get excited in the middle of a very intense, in-depth conversation, because it's harder to have that conversation afterwards than to win like $50 or whatever the hell you just won. Believe me, I learned that the hard way.
Thank you for your sacrifice, Jacob.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Don't be getting all excited when you're in the middle of an in-depth conversation. I'm sorry, Hannah.
With that, but there is somebody out there who this guy is betting on his 7-leg parlay, right? And he's about to hit it, and his wife comes in and he's like, "Whose bra is this? Who was sleeping in our bed that wasn't me?" And he's like, "Babe, I have." Oh my God! But put the knife down. Put the knife down.
Oh man,
we're out here saving relationships, guys. So proud of
Who would have thought that our gambling talk would have turned into counsel or couples therapy? Anyways, now, anything else? Because I think Martin wants to talk about the big news of the day, and that's of yesterday or whatever day, and that's Vince McMahon. Anyone else? Anyone want to make a bet on Vince?
I mean,
I actually did. In our
you guys want to do the over-under
of
how long he's there again?
How long he's there?
I said to to Martin and Jacobs, like, what's the over under before he ruins the WWE again?
Well, we'll just see who wins the Royal
What's the
Rumble.
over under? Is that 9.5 weeks? It's less than 2
I'd say
months.
less than that.
Royal Rumble's at the end of the month, so I'd say 3.5 weeks.
Oh God.
All right, so here's the question. Is this a separate podcast, or are we just going to keep it rolling?
We're gonna because it's recording now, so we're just gonna keep it rolling. And Justin's listening to this as we speak, so Justin just split this in two, like when he's editing.
Welcome everyone to the L7C podcast.
Fair enough, but let's just get right into this jazz. And also, Mitch, this is your first time being on like a wrestling thing.
Oh God.
Yes, it is. Welcome, Mitch.
Hi,
Shit.
Mitch.
Oh, you guys aren't going to get any sort of an insightful like opinion at all. Oh my God.
I
I'm
mean,
about
let's
to
just
make everyone more stupid.
it's all right. Let's just Vince is back. He's back on the board of directors. His quote is he's back to ensure a smooth sale process. So, Jacob, after many years, you're finally going to be right that they are selling. It took a long time for your prediction to come to pass. And he joined on Friday and kicked.
Joined.
Yeah, joins. He kicks people out, and just initial reactions.
I was highly confused on why, because he retired like August of last year, August, September, somewhere around there, right around when we went to Put-in Bay last year. So, yeah, when the allegations first came out that Vince was hoeing around for like the last 20 years, so I was highly confused on why he would come back amidst those allegations. Because like a couple months ago, 2 more came out when he first said, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to make a comeback." 2 more came out, and then like officially Friday, he said, "Yeah, I'm back and I'm firing people already," which is wild to me that he could just come back and fire like 3 people.
Yeah, so I'm actually sending you guys the before and afters of the people who he kicked off the board and the people that he brought back on. If I send the same picture twice, I apologize. But one should be with like Vince on there, and then the other one should be with like before Vince came back. And then you see who are on the board of directors. But
yeah, but it's wild stuff.
Jacob, what'd you think?
So it was kind of funny to me at first because it just popped up like, hey, Vince McMahon's trying to get back with the company, and it's like, Jesus, here we go again. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay away and make your money. That's what I thought, like, all right, well, this is gonna blow over in a couple days, no big deal. And then the next day it's like Vince McMahon is back with WWE and is back to being the head of the fucking board, and he's firing people, and I'm like, holy shit. Well, this was fast.
Right.
Like, anyone had this on their bingo sheet for 2023? Because I didn't.
I did not.
I was like, all right, well, Vinnie Mac is back. And he basically held his company hostage to get back. And, which, Vince McMahon, not a good man. And I've said this before on the podcast, Vince is an evil genius.
Mm-hmm.
Straight evil genius. And this is proof once again how evil of a genius this man is. Man is like, fuck it, I'm coming back. Says he's coming back, and then he's back the next day, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm Vince McMahon. I'm back. I'm changing all the bylaws. You can't do shit without me at all. I mean, dude did own 80% of WWE. Like, so whatever. What is it, 70 or 80%? It's one of the two.
It's over 50. And that's a big thing too, Jacob, because as the wrestling person that I am, I actually looked at the entire 68 pages of the new bylaws because they were published by Brandon Thurston, who I've been following during this whole thing because he runs a thing called like Wrestling Economics. So he talks about like the economic side of wrestling, and he's been very insightful. So if you want to look at some money stuff, look at his Twitter. But Jacob, you're right. The biggest thing I think is that he said, "Yeah, we ain't doing shit without me." Like he changed the bylaws that media rights deals and any company sales can't be made without his approval. So
you know why he came back. This is going to be the most insightful thing I offer to listeners.
Okay.
He took a page right out of Tom Brady's book. He retired. He went home. He saw home suck because after Linda found out that he was cheating, and then she doesn't want to live with him anymore, and she's out of the house, and he's sitting there and he's like, this sucks. So he goes back to work, and like what Jacob says, holds everyone by the balls and makes sure that he's in charge because he's not even in charge of his marriage. So, I mean, he's got to do something. He's 77. So, yeah, home life sucks. That's exactly why, because everyone wants to retire at some point.
Mitch, I think
Vince can't.
I think that actually hit it on the head because
Oh.
Vince wrote a letter to the board, and one of his lines is like, "I voluntarily retired during the special committee investigation and fully cooperated. My retirement was intended to give the special committee, its independent counsel, and rest of the board time and space needed to understand and respond to the allegations. Now that the completion of the special committee investigation is publicly disclosed, I feel like, WWE is in a unique opportunity. I believe that I should blah, 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 blah." Long story short, he was writing this back because the board wrote back that they don't want his ass. So he even wrote that he wrote something that, well, he sent this on the 20th. So this was in the Cooks that he's like, Stephanie, Nick, and Paul, for people who don't know, Triple H, they have this full support and he's not going to get involved in that. The board wrote him back. We respect, blah, blah. The attached draft letter agreement provides that the board will not agree to the shareholder demand that the company file suit against you or the conditions that you confirm your commitment to repay all the investigation-related expenses by the company and that you agree not to serve as an officer, director, or employee of the company during the presence of the government and government investigation. So board basically said, you can come back, you got to pay all of us back, and you got to stay the fuck away from the show. Like, that's basically.
I am happy the board did that because I did see a tweet that he did try to come back and take creative back.
Oh,
so I'm glad the board stepped up and said, "Nah, bro."
Yeah, all these emails.
We're making money.
All these emails were leaked. Like, they weren't leaked; they were all posted out. And then Vince responds on New Year's Eve, dissatisfied with the board's response. He states that he won't agree to any company sale or media rights deal unless he's involved as executive chairman. I would like to make clear that unless I have blah, 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 he won't be involved. This position is not driven by self-interest or lack of confidence in the company, but he believes that, it's all for WWE. There's no rationale for your position that my return to the company would not be prudent from a shareholder value perspective. He thinks it'd be best. I feel like it's necessary to state my position that in light of the fundamental nature, media's right deals from shareholders, yada, yada. He wants to clarify, he wants to avoid the creation of any conflict of interest related to special committees, investigations, or the board. And he said, finally, I want to reiterate my full support of the management team and the WWE. Main preference that we enable crop and path for. So he's like, giving his support to his daughter, son-in-law, and all that stuff, saying he's not going to do it. And I look forward to hearing back from you promptly. And in any case, no later by January 5th, 2023. And everyone here works when someone's like, I want to hear from you, but I want to hear from you from that date. Those snipey little emails. So that was their tit for tat.
So from what I'm understanding, they said, no, you can't have any positions related to the show. He said, I don't agree to that.
No, they want him to pay back everything, which I think and they don't want fair. They don't want him getting involved in any of the shit. And they're basically like, dude, why are you coming back? Like, and they think it was going to hurt the stock, but he's like, contrary, now that I'm back, yada, yada, yada. And like, I don't agree that nothing should be sold without my consent. And again, I just want to stay on stuff. And he's like, he said he's only back to help sell the stuff, but he said everything's going to stay in place, yada, yada. And then, of course, him coming back caused issues. This past Friday, WWE had an all-employee meeting, which it's funny that the all-employee meeting included no wrestlers. So it was all the normal people who worked there. You know, like,
Also, like the crew and all those people.
Like those type of people. And Stephanie and who the fuck? Frederick Riddick. They were talking about Vince is coming back to the board of directors. He's made it clear upon his return that he's most excited about is a media rights opportunity. And then they're talking about how nothing changes with the day-to-day operation. So,
I mean, that's all well and good, but I don't trust Vince not to try to get creative back. I don't trust him.
Jacob?
I don't think he's going to go after creative at this point. I think Vince is just trying to make his money now. I think Vince is cashing out. He's won all these free bets, and he's just trying to cash out. I think that's it. I think, like you said, years ago, I made the prediction Vince is going to sell this company, and that's obviously coming true. But I don't think he's going to go out there creative for this one simple reason. The stock went up while Triple H was in charge.
Mm-hmm.
The stock went up even more once Vince came back, which fucking mind boggled me.
Same.
So don't fix what ain't broken. And I think if Vince wants to cash out the most, he ain't going to touch creative.
Yeah, because that's what they're all saying. I mean, day-to-day operations won't change. But Mitch, you're a normal person. You've worked normal jobs. How many times do company people say they're going to do one thing in the email and then it completely changes the next day?
Every single day. like if it's not like in a binding contract and like you don't have like, I don't know, the SEC involved like, somehow or whatnot, you don't believe shit that they say. Like it is not, they are liars. He is a liar. You know, the thing is that Vince's character on screen back in the 90s might be more good compared to what he is in real life. You know, all those feuds with Austin and, you know, character Vince McMahon, you know, he's a saint. That character is a saint compared to real life McMahon. Who would have thunk it? Yeah, so all those times that Austin was flipping him the bird, it was just maybe Austin was playing maybe they were playing their real life self, or Austin knew what was coming. I don't want to put words in Steve's mouth, but anyway, just
so that happens, and then a list of people who, because they're serious. They're getting like WWE hired JP Morgan to advise the sale. Sources say, and here's the list of people: Comcast, Fox, Disney, Warner Brothers Discovery, Netflix, Amazon, Endeavor Group Holdings, Liberty Media, and the Saudi Arabia people. I don't know if that's one of those people.
Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund or something.
Yeah.
Hashtag Team Blood Money.
So we were talking about gambling and all that stuff over, and like, if you had to place one of those free wagers, who would you place it on?
Free wager, I would say Amazon, because they have the most money.
Okay. That's fine.
One thing I want to ask though is if Jeff, if Bezos is he going to go buy Washington and the WWE? The Commanders and WWE.
I mean, he already owns the Washington Post, so
yeah,
take all the W's.
Yeah, for real. So Wendy's is next.
Probably.
Whataburger's next.
Yeah. Why not? It's him versus Disney in the whole world. That's all it is now.
Basically.
If we weren't talking about WWE, I was actually going to bring that up. Like, why is Disney able to buy everything, but Microsoft can't buy Activision? But anyways, that's another topic. But anyway, whatever. So,
I mean,
back to WWE. I apologize.
Jacob's been going Disney for years, and the CNBC article saying maybe Disney, since Edgar's back, since Bob's back, maybe he wants to make a big splash. He's like, yeah, I'm back. So that's the only reason they're saying Disney, but
They could do a 5-star frog splash, you could say. Oh, oh, oh.
is that who you're sticking with, Jacob?
Fuck yeah! I'm in Team Disney because they're an evil company. I hated working for them. So yeah, I'm just going to pick them to win it because I've been saying it for years. But also, hashtag Team Blood Money coming in out of nowhere. They're a dark horse in the race, I could say.
Hardly a dark horse in buying up stuff.
I mean,
Hell, I think that same public fund owns like 10 or almost 20% of like Nintendo.
mm-hmm.
Heck, go look
Well,
at that, Mario. Yeah,
I mean, let's be real. I mean, they do have a shitload of money. I
they
mean,
do.
Yes.
I mean,
to Oso's thing, like just with Amazon, they're spending $1 billion per year on Thursday Night Football, but let's also forget that Amazon spent $8.5 billion. They bought MGM, and they spent $13.7 billion buying Whole Foods. So it ain't.
They got money.
That's the thing. That's here. I want to connect it. So previous podcast we recorded was the gambling one about whatnot. You tell me that MGM, owned by Amazon, can't give me a free no-brainer bet for FanDuel?
That's true. That's true, because their app is ass. It's bad.
Go listen to the other podcast, WWE fans. Jacob and I are on it.
Hey, speaking of that, Bengals got a field goal, so anyone who did that no-brainer got their money back.
Let's go.
Oh my God, I can pay my car payment. Yes.
I mean, if your car payment it's only $25, that's really good.
No,
man.
I don't have a car payment. I don't have a car. It broke.
What was the other one, Mitch? We got the 25. What was the other one? We got the 50.
Oh, you mean Yeah, I think FanDuel and DraftKings, they were both score a point, but FanDuel's max was 50 and DraftKings max was 25.
$75. Way to go, boys. We're all 75 richer here.
You know how much Taco Bell that is? Let's go.
I was gonna
It's
say
like
that's
a lot of
half
Taco
an
Bell.
order for you.
I was gonna say that's 2 tanks of gas. That's more
Bags.
Ew, we don't need that negativity of
That's
gas prices
responsibility
here, man. We're
for
talking
you.
WWE and sports betting.
So let's just say, because he stepped down, that he paid nearly $15 million to 4 women for 16 years. Listen to that Vince McMahon podcast, so we don't have to go over all of that. I'll put it in like the description box and all that stuff. How much do we? And Jacob already said stock's gonna go. How much do you think WWE is gonna sell for?
Probably over $1 billion.
Oh, it'll be over $1 billion.
Over $1 million.
I said over $1 billion.
No, over $1 billion. I mean, WWE Network sold for $1 billion.
Right. I'm gonna say, how much are they worth right now?
Now, when is the contract up for the network?
Oh, you mean what they have with NBC because they bought it for Peacock?
Yeah. When is that up? Because I
wonder if Amazon wins, they're gonna buy out everything because Amazon's gonna probably put like pay-per-views are gonna be on Amazon Prime. Like they're gonna buy. They're like, oh, Peacock, we'll just buy the rest of your contract. Fox, we'll work with you guys and all that shit. That'll be interesting, especially with those evil billionaires.
I mean, I figure whoever buys it has to already have a streaming service already established.
That's a good point.
So Disney, Amazon, I mean, those are the front runners. I mean,
you don't think NBC? I mean, they already own Peacock.
I bet NBC would put up maybe the highest bid. Like what you said, they already have Peacock because I won't lie, I only signed up for Peacock. I only renew it when the pay-per-views come up.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I wanted to get back
own NBC though.
No, Comcast owns NBC Universal, who already owns Peacock.
All right.
Yeah, Disney owns ESPN and like.
There's another thing that Disney fucking owns. Never mind.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting because, well, Disney owns Fox. They own Fox, like that Fox whatever thing. I don't even know. Yeah, so interesting times, man. We'll be definitely monitoring that. Whenever it happens, it'll be breaking news. It should happen in the next 3 to 6 months. So, of course, in their most busiest time of the year, their most important time of the year, they're also going to be selling the company.
Well, that's when you have the most eyes. This is the smartest time to do it.
Yeah. I will say though, how is Netflix and Warner Bros. In the running when they've both lost 200 million plus last year?
Byron, I couldn't tell you.
When I saw, I was like, Warner Bros. And Netflix, okay, you guys have no money, but go for it.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Netflix is the weirdest thing because they constantly are pumping out great content that they don't renew for another season.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like and like if you looked at what rewards shows is Netflix part of? Like Emmys? Are they the Emmys or Netflix or Oscars? I don't know. I don't
Emmys, I think.
Whatever award show that Netflix qualifies for, they just get a whole bunch of nominations for shit. Like they don't put out bad content. I just don't know why they don't renew it.
It's funny too because Netflix is doing their first like live thing with like Chris Rock. Like they're gonna have like a live, like it's not gonna be like you go stream it, like it's gonna be live that you watch his like comedy thing. So maybe that was a sign like they're getting into more live stuff as well.
Yeah. I mean, is he in that power slap competition there?
Who, Chris Rock?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I just saw the commercial.
No one get that joke. No one get
the power slap.
Say it again because
he said he's not in the power slap competition.
Come on, people.
I got the joke. I just chose not to respond.
You mean Chris Rock didn't? He's not on ESPN Plus for the MMA fights? What? I thought he would have been up.
Speaking of that, can you imagine if Endeavor ends up winning the bid?
They would have UFC and WWE.
WWE. Yeah, that's huge.
That's massive because that would also kind of fuck with AEW. I feel like because there's been a lot of UFC guys on AEW.
Yeah, so we'll see, man. We'll see. It'd be funny if Turner bought it. That'd be full circle.
Hilarious.
I
kind of want Turner to buy it now.
You beat us in the Monday Night Wars. Look who's getting the last laugh. Now I'm buying it off of you.
Also, can we talk about the fact that did anyone see Tony Khan's petty ass tweet, which was hilarious?
Yes. Yeah, how everyone's being nice to him now and all that stuff and all that, but Tony has his own. They need to not worry about that. Keep doing that stuff.
I'm sorry, that shit was funny as hell. Everyone's been really nice to me over the 24 hours. I don't know why. Watch AEW tonight.
Yeah, but we will keep that in the loop on the Vince stuff. I mean, it's really big news, and whenever it is sold, which potentially maybe after WrestleMania, that will we'll keep you all posted on that. And I don't want to talk anything else about it, but that's all I want to talk about today on Vince's stuff. Anything else? And also the reason we're doing this now is because I didn't want this interfering with when we come back in a couple weeks with Royal Rumble predictions.
Oh, that's going to be a fun episode because I still have no idea who I'm picking.
I want to know who Mitch is picking.
I'm going to win the belt. I don't want to tell you.
Okay.
Well, I will say too that she hasn't had her first episode yet in 2023. But Jacob, you haven't seen this, but Byron and Mitch have. The pop culture expert Chelsea Hepburn has come for everyone's heads on the L7C and how she said she came into this world alone and she's going to be at the top of the L7C alone. So it's going to be a real barn burner this year.
What the hell is she talking about?
She's trying to get the number one podcast
for the year
individually because she was tied for number one with the Batman one that I did. But when she was tied for number one, it was with her, like Andrea and Cassie, and that Roe v. Wade one. She wants to be number one individually.
Oh, well, you know what? Good luck. You know what? I hope you win. That'd be great. Is anyone but Mitch?
Jacob's like hell. Mitch is like hell no. And she wants to be number one. She wants to get number one on her own. She wants to have the most top 10 on her own. So that's going into Mitch's territory. Yeah. So Mitch is like, oh hell no.
Basically, she's coming after you, Mitch.
Pretty much.
Hey.
Everyone is.
Hey, King of the
Byron,
Castle. King of the Castle.
Well, I just want a solo episode in the top 10. I'm not coming for number one yet.
Which means you'd have to kick one of Mitch's off in the future, potentially.
I mean, me and Mitch could share. I just want one solo episode in the top 10. That's it. I'm not coming on for the number one spot. Just want one solo episode in the top 10. It could be number 10 for all I care.
Well, I am number 10, so you would kick me out. So
yeah, literally, if it happened like in 2022, Mitch was like 10, 3, 4, 5, whatever the hell it was.
You know what?
Byron, just get in every episode. Just even if it's not.
Basically am. No.
Well, then Byron, just cheat and sign on a Dragon Ball one, and then don't talk, and then talk like 2 times until you get credit.
Just say hello and bye.
Sure, let's download the manga app and read the next chapter.
There you go.
Oh, what if Byron read the manga chapter, did a recording, edited it before you and I spoke that evening, and posted that picture before?
Martin sends me one. Oh, the DBS episode has already been done.
Oh, Byron, I already know your intro. You'd be like, "Welcome to the L7C podcast. I'm your host, Byron Mitchell, the better Mitchell of the L7C, talking about Dragon Ball. You actually want to know something? I'll tell you."
Jesus. But Jacob, you were going to say something.
I mean, listen, Mitch. Take it from Wiley.
Take it from a person that loses all the time. Okay.
I mean, the first year he was in the top 10s. He was tied up there with Chelsea.
Yeah, I would say I had the biggest fall from grace. I'm talking. No, fuck your time out here. I don't give a shit. No, listen, I had the biggest fall from grace. You know what? It's time for you to get your fall from grace. You know what? But probably because of these 2 podcasts, these will be a top 1, I bet.
I'm acting like Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp right now.
I was about to say Jacob did good. I mean, 2 he did. It was just this year you guys all came for him. And like, what's Mitch is
Jacob, the only reason why you were in the top 10,
they should have came after me.
Jacob, the only reason why you were in the top 10 the first year was because we only had like 10 podcasts. Now, obviously that's not true.
You still should have been able to be in there or talk or something. If I'm your only competition, goddamn, dude.
There's a lot of people on here who's doing things, so it's just everyone saw Mitch as like 4 and then 4 in 2022 and like 4 of all time. They're like, yeah, it's time to.
I mean, again, I want to give myself and just explain. Like, Dragon Ball is cheating. Like, it really is. It's popular all over the world. It's like
so it's wrestling.
That's true too.
That's true. Top 2.
Really not enough.
Oh my god!
Oh, this is gonna be a fun game.
I gave you time out. I gave you the greatest ratings boost you could have ever gotten because I pissed off your fans.
That was literally now almost 3 years, which is crazy.
I pissed off your fans, and they came back with a vengeance. So you know what? Theoretically, I should get like an asterisk next to my name, next to all of your top ones, Mitch. Because if it wasn't
you could spell asterisk, you can get it.
And while you're spelling asterisks, as we finish the Vince thing, Justin's probably going to cut like 3/4 of what just happened and keep the Vince stuff, which is fine. But Justin, if you are listening, which you will be, if you cut this off, make this into a blooper episode. That'd be great. After the Vince McMahon serious stuff, make it into a blooper. Yes. Then you get 3 episodes in one pod.
Yeah.
Dude, this is genius. Look at this. You're so smart, Martin.
Mitch, I'm just saying. I mean, Jacob, you have episodes this month of Royal Rumble stuff. Mitch has Dragon Ball because the chapters are back. So, but I would say the big thing with Mitch, though, is that you guys had time to catch up to him. Dude was on a 3-month vacation because there was no Dragon Ball content.
I was literally drinking pina coladas, and enjoying the sunshine. And you guys were working.
Byron was like,
Just
Byron
didn't
was
get
working every week from August to January. My man was working every week, and then he has to come right back and work almost every week with Jacob. And Mitch is just sitting there like, damn, I wonder when I'm going to be back on a pod. And then the next pod he's on, he goes in there, everyone's arguing with him. And then he's like, oh, well, I'll be back at the end of year one. And then everyone's talking. Oh.
Actually, Byron, I'm surprised that you didn't give me the Brock Lesnar treatment. And like, you were just like, no, he's a part-timer. Get his fucking ass out of here. He doesn't deserve a championship spot.
Oh, man, that's funny.
I mean, technically, he
that's
probably
great.
did work more than Brock did that year he was champion.
That's wild. That's wild. That's wild. With that being said, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast. This is which, if they all get split, second, third, fourth episodes of the year. We're starting off hot and fun. So Jacob will be back with Royal Rumble stuff. Byron will be there with them. Byron's going to be talking some football literally next Tuesday. Mitch is going to be back with Dragon Ball in like 12 days. So all three of these people will be back this month. So this is the L7C signing out.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.